benefit for everybody. Which means that looking at a person's clothing, it would make a difference that he could accomplish more for them if he has wearing more expensive, distinguished clothing. This is benegiyat clothing. Vadira gam kinegas le'etzem adam. The same thing is also direi dwelling place. It touches the essence of a person. K'maimer kol adam she'en le'bayis en any other. That a person that doesn't have a house is not a person. In another verse it says kol adam she'en le'karka, doesn't have land, is not a person. So the Rebbe brings, the Chassidus brings the union of bayis. Meloshen adam elyon. He is not the union of adam elyon, image from above. Amnam keitzad yedo adam imkar hela maspik nitzutzin kedei lakabel chayis mehem. How does a person know that he ate enough in order to elevate these spiritual sparks? Hine yasim elazehu v'savota. V'savota means she'uim gufei agashmi kvar sove mamaychol. If his physical body is already satisfied from the food, hare is a simah shekvar kibel maspik chayis chol. Is a raya that he already received sufficient al chayas. That what is the union of Birchas Hamazon? That this comes dafka when he's satisfied. That because the union of a bracha, a blessing, is from drawing down from a very high level, this comes to elevating the sparks of kedusha when a person eats it, to use it, to utilize it, to serve to serve Hashem, the Almighty, the Creator. So therefore, this is, then it accomplishes a bracha that comes from above. What do Yidden accomplish? That Yidden accomplish, they are more particular, that they are medag, they can demanding from themselves at kazayis vat kabeya, that even if they ate a certain measurement, a monumental, a minimum measurement, they are already blessing Hashem. Shebnei Yisrael b'avidosam eilim l'darga nailas yeser misvia. They are elevating in their service higher yet than being satisfied. That says they don't have to wait till they come to the level that they're satisfied, and then they can bless, which means that then they can elevate the sparks that they have eaten and incorporated, but even before they come to that level, they are already accomplishing with the sparks.
Understand, if the Torah says you have to be satisfied, how could you say that it's less?
So the question is basically not Achsidus, the question is on the Rabban, on the Chachamim, that made it, that there's a shear, that they made a shear, Kazayis.
Chiddush is that you don't have to. It's like wearing tzitzis, you don't have to unless you have to or canvas. Everyone tell us, you should make a mitzvah. We're trying to make more mitzvahs. That's the whole point. Trying to make more mitzvahs.
And it's interesting because the first bracha is B'natera, Birchas Hamazon. Still, the Chachamim instituted that for even a Kazayis. So now the Rebbe explains what is the difference between Kazayis and Kibeya. The Kazayis, Hainu Shem Adna. The Kazayis represents Shem Adna, which are the four letters that show that the Eibishter is the master of the world. The name that expresses it to Kibeya, Hainu Shem Havaya, is the union of Yud Kei Vav Kei, which basically these are two different concepts, Yira Ilah v'Yira Tata. There is a fear from heaven, a higher fear which leads a person to a higher state of nullification, bittul, v'Yira Tata, and then there is a fear, a lower fear. Chachma Ilah v'Chachma Tata v'chulu. The same thing, like there is a higher level of Chachma, wisdom, intuition, and then there's a lower level. What does it mean that Yidden are demanding from themselves more? That means they are going beyond the law, the line of the law. The line of what Torah expects from them, what Torah expects from what the Jewish law expects from them. Therefore, because they are going beyond their line, therefore they are bringing out from above Nisiyas Aponim Shiam Shocha Nailas Yesegam Ebchines Yoira Vayepon Avelecha. They are that it's Because Yoir Avaya Panavelecha is Hai Nisarusa de Leila Shalamaila Legamri Misarusa de Lasato. It's an awakening from above that's higher from awakening from below. Why is it, although it's charm, finding charm is an awakening from above that's higher than awakening from below? He says no, because it's here, it's even deeper yet. When they're demanding from themselves, when the Aveda is such a high level, because their Aveda, it's not just vichuneko, that they're having charm that comes from above. Here there's an initiative on the part of the person, and he's going beyond what's required from him. Since he's breaking his limitations, Hashem is breaking, the Almighty is breaking his limitations. But in order to bring this down in this physical world, it needs a vessel in this physical world. How to solidify it, how to draw it down. This is how we conclude that he should grant you peace. In order to bring down a revelation, in order to connect a revelation that's higher than the reach and grasp of the awakening from above, so we need a union of shalom which should link it together. When a person studies Torah, he makes peace in the higher worlds and the lower worlds. That this is also how it is in the world. The Torah was given to make peace in the world, which the union of peace connects two opposites. The Eibishter blesses, will give Yidden strength, and the Eibishter blesses Yidden with peace. The Koyal HaTeira goes on Teira, Sham Shachazuk, Shura Gamkin im Shem Havaya. This Hamshacha, this drawing down, is connected with Shem Havaya. So therefore, this is the sequence of the brachas. Nisias Panim is something that they find favoritism by Hashem even high, because they did something which is higher than demanded. And therefore they bring down a Shalom, the union of peace, to connect the infinite with the finite together. And what is that connected with? The name of Shem Havaya, of Hashem's name. This is what he concludes with Samu Eshmi. They should place my name, which refers to Shem HaMeyuchad, the unique name, V'Shem HaMfurish, the explicit name, V'Shem HaEtzem, the essential name, Shal Yonikro Begoli Bebeis HaMikdash, as they would pronounce it in the Beis HaMikdash in the temple. And then he's Messiah Vani Avarachem. He concludes with Vani Avarachem, I will bless them. Ani is the letters Ayin. Ani, who is his Ayin canal. Sham Shachem, Mepchinas HaKeser, Mepchinas Ayin. The Hamshacha comes from Keser, which is the union of Ayin, which is considered nothing because it's higher than understanding. Like we mentioned earlier, the union of Ayin is something which is Einim Musik. We see on something we don't understand, we say it's nothing. It's higher than it's not being understood in our mind. This is the connection between this inyan, this concept, and the beginning of the blessing, which is the beginning of the blessing, Dafka in the lowest level, Dafka in that lowest level which relates to nature, so it's the inyan of Ani Avarachem, which is the inyan of Ayin. The highest level, the highest attribute which is higher than all, which is Keser, the crown. This is the inyan that's a blessing at the beginning and a blessing at the conclusion. We can explain the inyan of these 5 levels of Birchas Kehanim, the Beracha that he'll bless you and he should illuminate and he should grant you favoritism, and then he'll place his name. Somewhere Shmi, and then Vani Avarachem, David will bless them with the 5 levels, with the 5 levels that are in Teda. In Teda itself, there's also 5 levels, which were explained, it seemed like in the Maimer of Shavuos. As it is mentioned in the Hemshech, in the sequence of Maimorim, Hasidic discourse, sequence of Hasidic discourse.